Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these adorable little sun and moon earrings. It's a relatively simple project, so if you want to see how I made them, stay tuned. All right, so we're going to start with the sun, and for that I'm going to use 4 pieces of 18 gauge round dead soft wire. Each of these pieces is just about 6 inches long. I also have 22 gauge round dead soft wire here, and this is about 4 feet. All right, to get started, we are going to take our 22 gauge round and just straighten that out a bit. And I'm going to leave just a little tail on the end here. And I'm going to start with one of my 18 gauge round base wires. And I'm going to give this 3 coils around. Alright, so I've got those 3 coils around, and I'm just going to move this up more towards the end because I'm going to be wrapping this around my bead, and so I want to remember to leave enough room at both ends for myself to work with to make little loops and stuff to hang them. So, alright, so I've got my first 3 coils started. I'm going to take my second 18 gauge round base wire, set it on top, and the 22 gauge wire, even though it is dead soft, it is going to need to be flattened down as we wrap it around these wires to keep it nice and flat and straight. And also so that it doesn't mess with our base wires and make those start going all wonky. So I'm going to do 1/2 coil . And I'm just kind of softly pulling it with just a little bit of tension, and that's going to do a lot of the work for me of keeping this nice and straight and flat against my wires. And then I can come in with my pliers and I can give those a little squish and push them down. Now I'm going to do my next 1/2 coil around the back, and again I'm going to pull on it a little bit, and I'm going to take my pliers and squish. Now I'm going to add my third 18 gauge base wire. Bring it around. And I'm doing my best to actually keep a little bit of space between these base wires because I want it to be easy to pull my 22 gauge wire through it as I go. If you pull these base wires too tight and you use too much tension, they're going to get too close together and you won't be able to work your 22 gauge wire in between them, and then it'll actually mess with the flow of your pattern. So I'm going to add my final base wire. right, so now I'm going to complete the little pyramid pattern. All right, so I am going to just repeat this pattern 5 more times down my base wire, so I have 6 total. I'm going to do 2 coils in between each little pyramid shape, and I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through that, and then we'll go on to the next step. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my pliers to just gently wiggle these base wires out from the weaving wires. All right, so I am ready to apply my bead. And what I have here is just a 6mm rainbow moonstone bead. And so I want the longer part to be coming out the top of my bead. So I'm going to start the wrap going around this way. And so basically I want my last 3 coils to overlap the first 3 coils that I made, so that when I look from the front, it looks like all one piece. And then I'm just gonna bring this end of my wire around my bead. I'm gonna carefully squeeze this a little bit just to get more of a circular shape to my wire here. And now I'm just going to wrap this wire around this one. And I'm going to do it slowly and gently so that I don't bend it too much. And actually I can go ahead and kind of pull it away from my raise just a little bit for now while I do this part. This part can be a little difficult. If you prefer, you can cut the base wire down closer to the bead and just do one single loop. But I like to have these a little bit longer because they're going to be dangling from earrings. And so I just want these to have a little bit more movement, and that's why I make the loop go up a little bit higher. All right, all we have left to do now is to put our little bends in each of our rays of sunshine. For that, I'm going to be using these very fine tipped pliers. Go ahead and bend these ones in the opposite direction, and I'm also going to start with the shortest one first because it's easier to get in there and bend it before I bend that second longer one. Just going to do that all the way around. using another piece of the 18 gauge round dead soft wire, and this is about 10 inches. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with a bend towards the end of this wire. I only need probably about 2.5 inches on one end of this. The other end is going to be longer for the embellishments on the front of the moon. And I'm also going to be keeping my sun nearby because I'm going to compare it to make sure that my moon is going to be roughly about the same size as my sun. And once I have my bend, I'm just going to go ahead and start shaping my moon with my fingers. All right, and now we're just going to finish this moon doing the same kind of loop that we did for the sun. Alright, so here are our finished pieces, and all that's left to do is put them onto the earring hooks. All right, so here are our finished earrings. This design is pretty versatile. You can probably go a little smaller with these, and you can definitely go bigger. These are 6mm beads, so you can use 8, 10, 12mm, whatever you want. Just make sure to add more sun rays if you're going to make them bigger. They can also be made into pendants and put on chain or cord, so that also adds to the versatility of the design. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me for this project today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you'd like to help me make more of these tutorials, please hit the like button and consider sharing on your social media because that's what really helps my channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I just want to end by saying have a fantastic day, and remember to love your neighbor as yourself, and in all things treat others as you want to be treated, for this is the law and the prophets. God bless you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.